A lot of women say they want to trust themselves. But if I asked you what that actually looks like, would you even know? Hey, friends, welcome back to Unlearning the Good Girl here on Embrace Your Value. Today, I want to talk about self-trust. And honestly, I think this is one of the biggest missing pieces for so many women. Because when women come to me, they often say things like, I don't even know how to do those things. I don't know how to get to that point. I don't trust what I'm doing is correct. They don't really say, I don't trust myself. They say, I don't trust what I'm doing is right. They say, I second guess everything. I overthink every decision. I don't even know what I want anymore or why I want it. What they're usually describing isn't a lack of intelligence. It's not like they just woke up one day and went, oh, I don't know what I want. I don't know how to do anything. I can't do that. It really has happened over time, and that's a fractured relationship with themselves. Self-trust doesn't disappear overnight. It erodes quietly, one override at a time. Every time that you say yes when you mean no, every time your body says slow down and you push harder, every time your gut says something feels off and you talk yourself out of it, every time you went to speak up, but you stayed quiet, that taught your brain that what they're saying, what everyone else is doing is more important than you and what you need. And I do it too. I actually just did it last night and I didn't catch it until after the fact. I was having a nice time with my husband and all of a sudden he decided something needed to shift in our bedroom. And I didn't really want that shift to happen, but I also didn't ruin the lovely moment that we were having. So I didn't say anything. I stayed quiet because I thought, oh, he's probably right. He's always right about those kinds of things. He knows more about that. But then what happened was the thing that I was subconsciously afraid was going to happen happened. I didn't sleep well. I woke up and I kept noticing that this thing was changed and I didn't like it. And it kept me awake. Now, those are the little moments that erode our self-trust because I now have to go back to him and say, hey, I need you to shift that back. I need you to undo what you did. And I'm sorry because I didn't speak up. Now you're having to double do it, number one. And number two, next time, please have a conversation with me before you make these kinds of changes on my behalf as much of as yours. So when it happens, those are the things that happened in our lives that start to take away our self-trust. We notice that we're constantly asking everybody else what they think. Should I do this? Should I say this? What would you do? When we get to that point, we have to conscientiously be aware of it and stop ourselves because that's outsourcing your own power. It's outsourcing your own knowing. You trust everybody else's perspective more than your own. And I do it, right? We all do it. The goal is not to be perfect and never do it. The goal is to get to a point where you notice it quicker. I may not have noticed this shift before for weeks or even months and just wondered why something was affecting my sleep. I caught it really quick last night and I knew what it was. Doesn't mean we get perfect. It means we get better. Next time I will just say, hey, wait, we need to have a conversation first. I don't think that's the thing to do. We can ask other people's opinions. It's not like asking for that is bad, but when we never can come to our own conclusion, that's when we have an issue. When we can't say, I can do this and this would be good, then we have an issue. That means that we've abandoned our own voice. So I worked with a woman once who told me, I don't know how to trust myself because I've been wrong so many times before. And honestly, when she said that, that really stopped me because so many women think trust means getting it right. Self-trust is never about being right. It's about knowing what you need, the inner knowing, that inner peace. Knowing that whatever happens, I will stay with myself and I will adjust what needs to be adjusted. It's not about being perfect, being right. It's about being true to who you are and asking for what you need. Self-trust is about knowing that you won't abandon yourself. And that changes everything. Your decisions get clearer. Your boundaries get stronger. You uphold them easier. Your nervous system gets steadier. You have less anxiety. Life gets lighter. Not always easier, not perfect, lighter. And I think that's why so many women are craving a lighter life, a more honest life, a more aligned life. And self-trust is how you get there. So if you have your notebook today, I'd love for you to write these down and then come back to them. Where in my life do I most often override myself? What does my body usually know before my mind catches up? Where have I been asking for permission instead of giving it to myself? What truth have I been avoiding because I don't trust myself to handle it? So what would change if I believed in myself and believed myself more? So you can answer that one a couple different ways. You can answer it if I believed in myself or if I even believed what was coming out of my own mouth. Either way works. Sit with those. If you don't know how to answer those, I would encourage you to reach out. This is exactly what I help women do every single day. So reach out. Let's have a conversation. Let's see what it might look like to work together. Because these are things that I want you to be able to answer for yourself. I want you to know that this matters. And I want you to know that self-trust is not built in giant life-changing moments. It's built in the small ones, just like it erodes. It builds up in the small ones too. Those quiet moments, those daily moments, those moments where you choose to listen to yourself and you keep listening. That's the work. That's the work I do every day with women. Every single day. If today's episode hit you, I have a freebie for you. Start there. It's called the Choose You Reflection Guide. And it's at www.thankfulheartscoaching.com/choose you. It's going to help you start identifying those patterns that we've been uncovering in this series and really what they're costing you. And if you're going through that and you're like, I need more, there's information in there on how to get in touch with me. If you need something and you aren't ready to download that, or you're driving and you come to a stop, a place where you can be safe, go to thankfulheartscoaching@gmail.com and email me. Tell me what came up. Tell me what you're needing help with. All you have to do is say, Jen, I need some help. I was listening to your podcast and I need some help. I'll take it from there. You don't even have to know which podcast you were listening to because, quite honestly, they all blend in. I mean, they all come together, right? And so we'll just start talking about it. But before you go, sit with this. What would become possible if I trusted myself more than I trust fear? If nothing else, do at least that this week. I'll see you in the next one.